He may have been a hard man once. He's just an old man now.
Well, the file says he hasn't had a visitor for 18 years, but no one doesn't have a visitor for that long.
So who's his lucky caseworker then?
Oh, piss off.
How did you come across this story?
It was a newspaper article. My associate and co-writer Alison Nassell rings me up and says there's this article in the paper about this fellow and releasing an eagle. You should have a look. And I did. And so we talked about it, and that was more of a singular thing, just him and the eagle and his bit of his background. And he was obviously in prison and it was on parole and nearing the end of his sentence and all this sort of stuff. And the whole thing just captured us really. Minimum security prison, wild animals, men incarcerated, sort of had all these inbuilt metaphors, and we thought, gee, I wonder how deep you could go with this.
We're a working farm here, gentlemen. The aviaries mainly care of the birds, and it'll be your responsibility.
Her name's Yasmin. She comes back to you.
You know, all this is going to count towards your parole. You any idea where you might go to?
I don't have no one.
He's got a 23-year-old son, for a start.
You don't want to know me.
Can't you even look at me? How you could do that to Mum and me? You're not coming near us. Why you make me do this?
So the story is really about the relationship between the supervising officer and these prisoners, and it's an interesting surrogate family that's formed between them all. And it's a real vehicle for, I guess, exploring the pain that men often find associated with expressing love, you know, for each other and for themselves. And so thematically, despite the fact that it's set in a jail and it's, you know, blokes, you know, and it's about loyalty and brotherhood and there's a strong father-son theme that runs through it. It's actually like a bromance, you know, it's kind of like, it's a kind of a chick flick, like on many levels, you know, like it's, you know, in the landscape of films and genres, like I think this one fits into like warm, runny, feel-good chick flick, you know, which runs at odds to the way it's being marketed as a prison film, I think, and the expectation that you're going to see some mano a mano, you know, hard and fast violence.
How many kids do you have, Mr. Petty?
None. I'm the wrong person to do this, Leo.
Once we started shooting, Don and I and Mark Winter and Xavier Samuel had the great good fortune to be billeted together on this wonderful, beautiful old farm with vineyards and a great retired couple who made their own wine. And so we had a beautiful dog and a cat, and we'd sit out at night after work and have a few glasses of wine, sort of debrief the day and prep the next day. So it was a very lovely experience with working with those guys.
Tough gig, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the gig itself was tough. I mean, it was a very, very, very rapid shoot, very short shoot, and to work with that many characters and those birds. We never had to wait for the birds. They were incredibly well trained, but to pull that off was a real tribute to Craig. I think it was a tough shoot. There's a lot to shoot every day, a lot of characters to establish and to investigate. A lot of people in frame. You know, that's a tough thing to do.
Jeez, she's never done that before.
You don't do a good job, you piss off.
Oh, yeah, like I got somewhere to go, mate.
The longer you leave it, the greater risk of failure when you turn them loose. And you're going to really need to work out what you want to get out of this place, what you want.